Get your motor running. Way. Looking for something with a better power. Okay, that was probably a little too much. I wasn't planning on reading this book because I was like, Old Man Hawkeye, Old Man Logan's already a thing, and objectively, no opinion in this at all. Logan is a far cooler character than Clint Barton. Sorry, Clint, but that's the case. But then I saw this cover, and it looks like a movie cover. It got Old Man Hawkeye with the bow, Old Man Logan's there. We got some multiple men who kind of look like they're wearing Thor garb, and then we got this Born to be Wild, badass, not a hot rod, but American muscle car. I'm into this. It's only 12 issues, so okay. I'm going to skip like the first 2 pages. Here's what you need to know. Oh, also, this story takes place before Logan, before Old Man Logan, so you don't have to have read that. I read that a couple years ago, but I kind of forgot about what happened, so, you know, we're all in the same boat. Okay, so what you need to know is I'm going to skip like the first 2 pages. Old Man Hawkeye is working protection for a shipment of something in bandit country, and of course, well, you know what happens when you ship stuff through bandit country? Bandits show up, but it's not just any bandits. It's the multiple men, and we find out that the shipment was mutant growth hormone. And then look at, there's like 8 of these guys, and my real question here is, how do you decide who gets to wear what color bandana? How long was that conversation? Was it you just got to choose first come first serve? I don't know how the multiple men works. Is it one at a time? It's probably more than that. It's like, well, these 2 guys are basically both yellow. It's like, I'm a multiple man. I want to have a little bit of individuality. I want blue or red or green. Not dirt and lighter dirt. So they want the mutant growth hormone because, of course. And we see that in the back of the truck there's a Hitman's Hawkeye's case. We get this dope panel. You could see like his back was to them, so his body is like torqued. It's just a super great shot. And then we see, oh my! And then this guy's like, gulp. I do believe I have been stung by a bee or a hornet, I do declare. And this guy, me too. These guys, I think they could live. This guy, well, if it penetrated the skull, he's done. He's done so. But I just love this guy. He reminds me of, that actor. I know he's in some Marvel movies, but I know him from other stuff. God, I've never known his name, but this guy would be perfect. He's got... Damn it. Okay, whatever. But just like, I just look at his eyes and I'm like, gulp. And we get a couple more action shots I'm not going to show. And we see there's a multiple man here. I don't know if they're wearing Thor shirts or if that's just how, like, post-apocalyptic world fashion is. He gets this guy in the cheeks. Hawkeye is a fan of the cheeks. We've got a guy who's running away. He reaches back, and of course, he runs out of arrows, because that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game when you're an archer. He can't believe that he missed, but I like this panel right here. Because, like, we've got some vultures here. And it's like, this vulture is, like, breaking the fourth wall. Like, he's pretty good at doing arrows. And then this vulture's like, we got so much to eat. You just gonna tell the audience about how awesome you think Hawkeye is? He's like, but he got most of them in the cheeks. This is a good shot. I am in awe. I never expected to see something so technically precise from an old man in all my days. Wow. It's just like, if you set up a camera in the desert, there would just definitely be a vulture who's just like, what is this? Am I a star now? Okay. I just like the way it's drawn too, you know. So we get the story is, 45 years ago, and Old Man Logan, I watched a comic story and video on Old Man Logan to like get back in that headspace. And I think that's 50 years. And this is like 45 years, so it's pretty short. Just a little bit before Old Man Logan. 45 years ago, the world's supervillains organized under the Red Skull and collectively wiped out nearly all of the superheroes. Few survived the carnage that fateful day, and none of them unscathed. The United States was divided up into territories controlled by the villains, and the good people survive in these wastelands as best they can. Among them lives a former hero who's given up on that way of life. He is Logan last name. No, Clint Barton, but some know him as Old Man Hawkeye. Because we don't respect the elderly. We call him Old Man. Let's just start calling everyone Old Man. Like, as soon as you get older, be like, yeah, that's my friend, Old Man John. It's like, what? John's 45 years old. And we're now in Claire Temple's clinic, because it's, post-apocalyptic future with no heroes. You can't have hospitals. And also, does Clint have a tattoo? Does he just have an A tattoo, or is that some sort of scratch? But we find out that he has glaucoma, and it's spreading, it's getting worse, and in Old Man Logan, he's full-on blind. And he, of course, sight is super important to him as an archer, and just in general, I know if a doctor told me I was losing my sight, I would probably kill a drifter and bring a pair of detached retinas to an emergency room and be like, put these in that. Put these in that. Or just cut right to the future and be like, just put cameras in there. Just put some cameras in my eyeballs. And Claire, she says this like really philosophical line here. But then she follows it up with just some real shit that's heartbreaking. See, the philosophical thing is, there are some pains a doctor can't fix, Clint. Oh man, Claire. You're right. That makes a lot of sense. You're going blind. Oh no, blindness. That's something I can't fix either. Claire. Too real, Claire. So she tells him that, his sight is not going to last much longer. Maybe months, maybe weeks. So if there's something you want to see, something you want to do it now. That's the kind of thing that pushes people to do stuff like, forget cancer. Just forget about it for a second. I know we all think about cancer all the time, right? But, there are people out there who get a cancer diagnosis and they just kind of keep living. Personally, me, I wouldn't tell a soul. I wouldn't tell anyone. But if you told me my sight was going away, that's when I'd be like, okay, I gotta do all the shit I've always wanted to do. That's what would push me. Not cancer. Not MS. Not being in a wheelchair. Dude, if I'm put in a wheelchair, I'm just like never leaving my room. But you telling my sight's going? Oh man. Oh man. So he goes and visits an old friend, and who is it but Old Man Logan? Do you think they call each other Old Man? He's like, hey, Old Man Logan. And Old Man Logan's like, hey, Old Man Hawkeye. And he's like, why are you here? You want revenge? And of course Logan's like, no, we don't do that. All I want to do is keep my family safe. And then you remember Old Man Logan, and you're like, shit, you don't do a good job at that at all. You do not. So, of course, Hawkeye, in order to engage in the conversation with him, he's like, I got a present for your kids. I got a toy for your kids. And you find out it's an Xbox. What does he say? Oh, it's an Xbox. Got a long life battery too. Cutting edge. Well, it was back when they were still making them. Do you think these people have a TV? Is it one of those Xboxes that had like the flip monitor? Or a Hawkeye, you just giving to people? I bet he doesn't even have the cables. I bet you're just like, here's an Xbox. Supposedly it has a long battery. Maybe not. So, of course, Old Man Logan, he refutes Old Man Hawkeye's request of helping him get revenge. And he's just like, God damn it, Logan! And so he walks away and he's like, keep the damn Xbox. Maybe your kids can see what a hero looks like from their video games. Wait, so did you also give them games? I hate that. Giving somebody a system and not any games, not even like one shitty game, or what if they don't even have a TV? But like whenever someone brings up a video game system, I'm just like, what games? So if I was Old Man Logan, I'd be like, what games? What games did you bring? What games are in here? Don't walk away from me. It better not just be fucking puzzle games. What games? Hawkeye? Clint? Yeah, that's obviously, this all is a joke, and that's obviously a pair of dirty old boots. That's what's going on here. Now we're in Nevada, and we see, apparently this is his ex-wife. Don't tell me Ultron 8, which is a great name for a spouse. My good-for-nothing ex-husband just walked in with that alimony. And look, I have a lot of ethical and moral questions about dating an Ultron. First of all, Ultrons are bad. They're bad. And then he's also wearing a Hawaiian shirt. How can a robot have bad fashion sense and be wearing cargo shorts? Also, try falling asleep in a room that's lit bright red because of this guy's mouth and eyes. And how does this relationship work? You could program him to never disagree with you. Do you like feeling metal claws wrap around your waist in the middle of the night? Ugh. But they have this little exchange. So yeah, spider sense from your dad's side of the family? She's like, nah, I can smell the booze from over here. Everyone knows that every old man in any sort of art, literature, movies, television is an alcoholic. There, you reach a certain point. You look, I'm a 65-year-old man. And I know, once I turn 66, I have to become a full-blown alcoholic just because that's what society's demands of me are. And what are we but under the heel of society of all times? So please donate to my Patreon for alcohol. No. But, Ultron 8, even though it's a terrifying monster, it says, my scanners show his wallet indentation is flatter than projections, Tanya. That's pretty good. And then look at this lie of a marriage. Flesh for flesh. Robots scant love. I don't know if that's popular. So he goes and he sees his daughter, Ashley, and she's got a Hawkeye poster in her room with darts in it, so that's a pretty not subtle way of showing what she thinks of her father. And he's like, I just wanted to see you one last time because I might not be able to see you. And he doesn't say that he's going blind, but it's a lot of, I might not see you again, baby girl. And she's like, yeah, whatever, don't give a shit, Dad. He has a couple flashbacks from back in the day. Then we cut back to Tannenbaum Gorges, where the multiple men fight was. He's walking around. He's just wants some water. He's got an arrow in his shoulder. And, ooh, that's right. Drink it all. Ooh, that's black water. That's that black goo. What the fuck? We know what that means. And then I think that's the final page I'm going to show. He drinks some black goo water. Try to figure out what that means. And then we cut back to the original Multiple Man Massacre. Ooh, I had to watch that movie. I had to watch the shit out of that movie. It could literally go on forever. Doesn't even need a franchise. Just have one movie that just takes place in real time because he just keeps making guys. But you find that there's a marshal there investigating it. And it's a bad guy, and he's like, we got a hero in these parts. And if you read the synopsis at the beginning of the comic, you know that we don't favor those types here. Oh boy. Yeah, so I didn't show a lot of cool scenes. I didn't show all the violent scenes. I didn't show the next panel after the black goo or who the marshal is, because you gotta go get this. It's only going to be 12 issues. It's good. Who doesn't like old men? Who doesn't like to get your motor running? Who doesn't like to be born to be wild? Who doesn't like those things? Don't let that be you. You know what I'm saying?